Trojan Philly. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I want to talk about Chase Johnson real quick. And did he use USC as a leverage play? Look, I want to talk about that because we've seen this on several different occasions. We've seen it on different levels with different players. And, at some point, it's got to stop. Look, the transfer portal clearly is a broken system. What's ironic about this is, and there may be some, I'm just going to put this out there. There may be some that, they were hitting me up left and right. Jay, Chase Johnson just decommitted. Now, what's crazy is he decommitted right after I did like almost a 2-hour live on Saturday. I talked about the transfer portal. I talked about USC is moving and grooving and how, momentum is picking up and how things seem to be shifting in the right places. We got 2 cornerbacks. We got Harvey. We got Chase Johnson. And then all of a sudden, right when I get off of that live, open up my phone, boom. I thought I was seeing things. I thought it was fake. And to see that and really just have him the day before say he's 100% committed, had the USC video out there, and to see this, to me, it was a slap in the face. I'm gonna be honest with you. At some point, you got to commit and be committed. You know what I mean? Like, I think the transfer portal on several levels is broken. And don't get it twisted. For guys that came to visit USC, like the Bowling Green running back, he's been there for 2 years, for 4 years rather, established himself, stayed committed. I think that there's a place for somebody like him. But for guys just to really just bounce all over the place, we talked about this on Saturday, and I'm gonna break this down. Am I against the transfer portal? No, I'm not against the transfer portal. But do I think regulations and guidelines need to be in place? Absolutely. Now, the transfer portal is different from NIL. NIL is name, image, and likeness. We know that. But the transfer portal, once you commit to a school, I feel like you got to be on some type of contract, period. Because I think it's almost impossible for coaches. I think it's impossible for teams. I think it's impossible, period, for anybody to kind of know what their roster is going to be like for the following season. Like, you really don't know if the first-year starter that you recruited, 5-star guy out of the blocks, you don't know if he's going to be there next year. And it's unfortunate. And I think what's going to happen right now, with the transfer portal, because look what happened with Malachi Nelson. Malachi Nelson right now is about to be on his 3rd team. It's unfortunate. Like, USC went to Boise State, and now who knows where he's going, where he's getting ready to go. But it's almost saying that with a guy like him, he's separate from Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson had a pretty much good kick-started his career off good. He was a starter, played, and he was a baller. I get that. But then you got guys like Malachi Nelson that hasn't even taken really quality snaps right now. It really hasn't shown anything. Practice film or, I guess that's what you're going to show from USC at Boise State. And there's no knock on Malachi. But I think at some point, it's not teaching our youngsters any type of discipline when you're talking about staying committed somewhere and staying focused and learn techniques from the current school you at. Now, I think what's going to happen is these guys that are going into transfer portal after bouncing for 1 year, like a Malachi, and I'm going to get back to Chase in a minute. I think guys like they're going to be going all over the place and be really undeveloped. You're going to see a weaker product across the board going to the NFL because guys just bounced around because of the transfer portal, because of NIL opportunities, and never really develop. Each school that you go to, they teach different techniques. Whether it's Michigan, whether it's USC, whether it's Alabama, wherever. If you go to a school, you got to go there and you got to stay there at some point. And it's just not about my school. It's not about USC. It's about going to a school, staying committed, but then you learn and develop. You learn and develop those techniques. Not only do you learn and develop the techniques, but then you learn relationships. You learn how to persevere. You learn how to go through the fire when you're involved in college football. When you're involved in not starting, you learn how to push your way up. But if you bounce around every single time that adversity takes place, you're not learning anything. You're not teaching. And I begin to actually question parents. Like, what are the parents saying to these guys right now? Like, are they saying that, look, you need to stay there? I mean, what type of advice? All these guys come, they don't all come from, well, I don't say that, but I know some of these guys come from good quality families. I know that. I know that you got to get the right advice. And who's giving you guys the advice? Is it the agent? Is it the parents? And parents, like, what are you telling your kids? Now, I'm going to say on the flip side, a guy like Rajon Davis, Rajon had to go. Rajon wasn't really given the opportunity. I mean, he was there, but he really didn't play a whole lot. So he's been here all this time, committed to us. We flipped him from LSU. So I think Rajon, his time was up, and rightfully so. Rajon got to seek other opportunities. But you get other guys like Malachi, but then we see a flip situation with Chase Johnson. Like, I don't understand how you commit to a school on a Thursday, and then you turn around on a Saturday and talking about you committed to LSU. Now, it's another piece to this that we got to talk about, because it's a piece that I've been talking about for a while. Is USC willing to outbid, or are they willing to play the game that everybody else is playing? That's the question. There is a real game being played, and it's called NIL, and it's called the bag. It's called stepping up to the plate. Are we still in a situation? That's the question I'm throwing out there. Are we still in a situation where we can't outbid anybody? If that's the case, we're never going to be up to par. I told you guys about Sewer Cravens. He put out a statement on Twitter, and I pretty much agree with him. And, he said, look, if we don't break out that checkbook, we're not going to win. I'm not saying that's the case, but it looks like it's the case. How do you go to SMU? And by the way, SMU has more money than what a lot of people think. How do you go to SMU over USC? It makes absolutely no sense. Yes, they're in the playoffs, but at the same time, they can't keep up with our brand. USC's not going to be down for long. And for him to flip like that and see the opportunity with LSU over USC, man, that's saying a whole lot, man. So look, did Chase Johnson use us as leverage? Man, I'm out of here. I'm not going to rant on this too long, but it's unfortunate, man. It's crazy. And I don't even know how to take it. But you guys drop those comments, man. Listen, everybody that comes on, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. We're almost to 7,000. I think we may have about 40, maybe 37 more to get to 7,000. You guys help me out, man. I'm out of here. Listen, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.